Alright, so this tutorial is going to go over drawing your actual designs. So now that you have your supplies, you are going to be, for every decade, and really every assignment that we do the rest of the year, you're going to be creating your own original designs based on the theme. So right now we're doing fashion history, so at the time of filming this video, we are doing the 1910s, so that is the example that I am going to be showing you in this video. But everything we're doing in this tutorial is going to be the same approach, the same kind of thing you would do for every decade in any other assignment. So don't get confused. It's the same thing, same approach. So in your art kits, you have this model printout. So you can do a female design or a male design. It is up to you. If you were in person, I have quite a few more options for males and females, but these are the two that I gave you in your art kits. Okay, so I have a finished one on this page so you guys can see. So again, 1910s design. So in the end, your designs will be black and white because right now we have in your art kit pencils and Sharpies, so that is how we are going to be quote-unquote coloring in your designs. But number one, first thing to do is you are going to trace a model. Find a window, do this during the day, and you're going to grab your model, put it underneath, and then, go up to your window and, trace. Okay? Once you've traced, you then have this image here. I'm just doing a male design because I did a full female design for the 1910s, so I figured I'd do a male design for this. So now I am going to be looking up on, like, for example, if you're on your Chromebook, look up reference images. So 1910s male fashion. And I'm going to go into images, and I'm going to choose one that appeals to me, right? I'm looking it up, that's what I'm doing right now. So, and again, I'm just doing a male design. You can do a female design, entirely up to you. Okay? Preferably you want to find an image that is like head to toe. I'm just going to use this one that is on the website, because I know it's head to toe. To make the image as large as possible for me to look at. Maybe I'll do this one. Maybe I'll do something like this. Okay. All right, so again, I have looked up my reference image, right? And I'm going to draw. Angle this so you guys can see. So I'm going to be taking a look at probably this guy right here. Okay. So I'm going to start out by drawing the lapel first. Draw super lightly. You do not want to be drawing anything super dark until you are very confident in the line that you're drawing. So you see how I'm kind of just sketching here? I'm not really committing to a line. Everything's sketchy, it's not dark. So you guys can see that. I'm kind of just forming the shape. Sorry if there's weird feedback from my computer right now, I'm not sure why. But you're not just drawing things skin tight, right? So you are, see how I'm like drawing that bigger than the size of the model? See that, the sleeve? You want to not be drawing things skin tight. So like I'm not gonna go over to this other line here, this other arm, and just go like, ooh, there we go. No. Nothing is that skin tight unless it's literally painted on. So everything you draw will be larger. Now I'm looking at my design. It has quite a defined waist on this coat, so I'm gonna put that in. It's got quite a defined pocket. Referencing the shapes in my reference image. So it's gonna look a little crazy until you erase the model underneath. But that's how I'm gonna do it. And then drawing. And you know, you're drawing in any wrinkles that you see, any extra lines, like so. Has like a fabulous pleat down the front, so I'm going to draw that in. So you're drawing the clothes on top, right? All right, there goes the feedback. And then shoes are difficult. I'm not going to lie and say shoes aren't hard to draw, but when you're looking up shoes to draw and you have like a front foot facing like that, my suggestion is to look online, look up the particular shoe. Like say we're doing like we're doing the 80s and it's like Jordans, you know, the original ones. You can look them up and just type in the particular shoe and then type in the word front view, right? So Converse front view, boots front view, you know, then you'll find an image of it facing front, and then you can use that to look at while you're drawing. Always look up reference images. So now that I'm pretty happy with my base design here, right, then I'm going to erase the model underneath. So you guys are going to take your time with your designs. You know, I'm just doing this quickly so that the video doesn't go on for too long. But in your kit, I've included a large eraser as well. So you can use that, or you can use the eraser on your pencil. But of course, eventually the eraser on your pencil is going to disappear because you're using it. So now that I've erase the model underneath, I'm just going to reinforce the lines. Like this is the stage where I'm like, I'm confident these are the lines of my drawing. Okay. Think about everything in terms of shapes, like really a lapel like this, it's literally just triangles, right? This is just like a rectangle, and then you round out the edges that need to be rounded out, okay? Don't forget to be referencing the project page for whatever decade or assignment you're working on, because I have different requirements. For this 1910s one, for example, my additional requirement is that there must be a hat and there must be one accessory. So now that I have this, I'm gonna go ahead and look up, oh, well, actually I'll just use the hat that I see there, but I would look up like 1910s men's hat. So we make it look like it's on the head, drawing it around, and drawing the hat over top, like so, erasing the head underneath, okay? And then I think I'm just gonna, you are gonna look up a reference image, but I'm just gonna add in a cane. Okay. All right, so after you're at this stage and you have drawn your base design, you're gonna ink it in. You're gonna use your thin Sharpie and you're gonna ink in your work, okay? So again, I'm gonna do this as swiftly as possible. You, especially, you take your time. Don't forget to add hair. Hair is important. inking, inking. And then after you've inked, you are going to erase the pencil lines underneath. Once you have done that, you've inked in, you have erased the pencil lines underneath. I'm gonna get this out of here. Okay. Once you have erased the pencil lines underneath, then remember how I had you do that value scale worksheet? That's how you're gonna add quote unquote color. If you have colored pencils at home though, or markers or whatever, crayons even, you can absolutely use those to color in your design. That would be great. But I'm not assuming that you have that. So instead, you'll use your pencil to shade in areas that are darker, areas that are lighter, and you'll use some hatching and cross hatching to show like shadows and things. So I'm inking in, like so. Now I expect a lot more detail than what I've done in this demonstration in your actual designs, because you're going to be taking your time. And that's what I grade you on. I'm grading on your level of detail. Okay. I would, with all these pencil shavings, I would then take this to a garbage can and kind of brush it off. Okay, so now color, quote unquote. Let's start off with some hatching and cross hatching. So areas I know will be kind of darker, like in the armpit, so I add in some hatching. See, that kind of adds in like a shadow. Oh, I forgot the other side of the neck. Of course, you can fill in certain spots that you know are super dark. You can just color them in black. Right? Adding in some shadows. Adding in shadows. Consider where the light's coming from. I'm gonna have the light coming from like here, so that him facing this light would be lighter, and then whatever is facing away from the light would be darker. So the things on the left-hand side are gonna end up being darker. Now you don't have to go too crazy with the hatching if it's not your style. You could just go straight to shading if you want. Throw in some cross hatching so you guys can see that. See that? See how much darker it looks right there because I did some cross hatching. So shading, shading, shading. All right, say I'm done with that. Grab your pencil again, and then you can start shading. So I'm going to be looking for differences in value. That's why I had you do that value scale practice. See that? That's what I'm looking for. I'm not going to fully finish this guy for the demo because I have my girl all done as an example. Okay, so that is creating a fashion drawing using the supplies that you have been provided. If you do not get your supplies, you need paper, pencil, thin black marker of some kind, Sharpie preferred, eraser, and a sharpener. And a pencil sharpener is, of course, useful for sharpening your pencil. All right. Any questions? Reach out and email. Let me know. That's how it's done.